never imagined that one seemingly ordinary day would be the turning point of my life. That morning, as I looked out over the city, I felt something deep inside shift, a realization that I couldn't keep living this way. I had a well-paying job, a nice apartment, and a stable life, but something was missing. I felt trapped, like I was just going through the motions, my true dreams buried under daily responsibilities and routines. For years, I followed the same path, stuck in an endless cycle that dulled my spirit. There were nights I'd lie awake, wondering what had happened to the person I used to be, the person who dreamed of traveling, of living boldly, of making a real impact. But somehow, along the way, I'd lost myself in the pursuit of what I thought I was supposed to do. Then, that morning, something clicked. I decided to walk away from it all, to quit my job, sell my belongings, and set out into the world with no fixed plans, just a deep need to find myself again. It felt risky, reckless even, and I knew friends and family would question my sanity. But in that moment, I didn't care. I knew I had to do this for me. The days that followed were filled with self-doubt and fear. Packing up my life, saying goodbye to stability, it wasn't easy. There were countless moments when I nearly backed out, but the fear of staying in a life that wasn't right for me outweighed the fear of the unknown. And so, with only a backpack and a heart full of uncertainty, I took my first steps into a new life. The first few weeks were both liberating and terrifying. I was no longer tied to an office or bound by the expectations of others, but that freedom came with its own challenges. I faced lonely nights, moments of exhaustion, and countless times where I questioned my choices. But gradually, I started discovering parts of myself I didn't know existed. As I traveled, I immersed myself in new cultures, met people with stories as unique as my own, and faced challenges that forced me to grow. I learned to embrace uncertainty and to find beauty in the unexpected. Every city, every encounter taught me something new, not just about the world, but about who I was becoming. The journey became less about where I was going and more about the person I was evolving into along the way. One evening, as I sat alone on a quiet beach watching the sunset, a profound peace washed over me. For the first time, I wasn't thinking about work, the future, or what anyone else thought of me. I was simply present, content, and truly alive. That moment made me realize how far I had come, not just physically, but emotionally. I wasn't the same person who had left everything behind. I had grown stronger, braver, and more connected to life. Of course, there were days when I wondered if I'd made a mistake. There were moments when I missed the comfort of my old life, the stability of a paycheck. But every time those doubts surfaced, I reminded myself of why I'd left. I wasn't searching for security. I was searching for a life that felt meaningful, a life that was mine. Months passed, and each day I felt more at peace with my decision. I didn't need anyone's approval to feel fulfilled, nor did I need titles or possessions to define my worth. I had found happiness in my own way, by living life on my terms. When I eventually returned home, friends and family noticed the change. There was a confidence in my voice, a light in my eyes that hadn't been there before. I realized that life isn't about staying safe within a comfort zone. It's about exploring, experiencing, and sometimes shaking things up completely. Looking back, I'm grateful I had the courage to make that choice. That one decision, to walk away, to take a leap of faith, gave me the life I'd always dreamed of. It was terrifying and exhilarating, but it was worth every second, because sometimes the scariest decisions lead to the most beautiful transformations. This journey taught me that happiness comes from within, from listening to that quiet voice inside that knows what you truly want. And now, I know that no matter what happens next, I have the courage to face it, because I've already conquered the hardest challenge of all, finding and embracing my true self.